That's the #1 killer in anything that anybody can do when it comes to joining with people. Pride. Pride kills.
There are ongoing assaults against immigrant communities. ICE has been taking people off the streets. They have been revoking student visas. That, to me, is our most urgent crisis.
No matter what, we are the answer. There are enough of us to make a difference, to make a change, and that it always comes from one place.
Whose schools? Our schools. Whose jobs?
Our jobs.
Whose jobs?
Our jobs.
Whose families?
Our families.
Whose families?
Our families.
Whose city?
Our city.
Whose city?
Our city.
I'm here because our country is under assault. It's under assault by fascists. It's under assault by tech bro oligarchs. This man, Elon Musk, is one of them. He's not elected, and yet he's running rampant in our government. He's harvesting everybody's data. Who knows what he's doing with it? He's got 19-year-old associates named Big Balls just running wild. Nobody's elected. They're defying the Constitution, and all these people are here to protest that. The billionaires are inherently anti-democratic. They think they know best. They can walk all over the rights of the little people. When the whole idea of this country is everybody has a voice, everybody has a vote, and these people think because of their money, they're better than us. There are more of us than there are of them. And people need to know that they're not the only ones sticking their necks out. They're not the only ones concerned. And when they see large crowds of people like this, it tells them they're not alone and that there's hope.
Here to stay, here to fight. Immigrants' rights are students' rights. Here to stay, here to fight. Immigrants' rights are students' rights. Here to stay, here to fight. Immigrants' rights are students' rights. Here to stay, here to fight. Immigrants' rights are students' rights. I am here supporting South Baltimore, the South Baltimore Community Land Trust, which is a movement fighting for environmental justice and housing justice in South Baltimore. I also organize with the Baltimore Rapid Response, which is a network of lots of movements. We have over 50 organizations that have tethered their movements to take a real stand against Project 2025 and the Trump administration.
We're here with 1199 SCIU. We're the largest healthcare workers union in the country, and we represent over 10,000 healthcare workers here in Maryland. We are here to stand on the long legacy of workers who have fought for their rights, from fields to classrooms to hospitals to the loading docks. Workers are rising up, and we are seeing the power that workers have. The Trump administration has slashed $900 million in SNAP and Medicaid. This is going to be hurting the health and safety of so many communities. It's also going to impact so many healthcare workers who are the backbone of providing quality care for patients. And our union stands to connect the local and the national, and connect the national to the international and global. So we're also calling on our tax-exempt hospitals and universities in Baltimore City who are not paying their fair share in property taxes to pay their fair share and to have a fair and transparent process in that. So we are currently advocating for a city council bill to make sure that they are paying their fair share for funding basic city services.
I'm out here because I really couldn't stay away. There are things that the Trump administration is doing now that literally keep me up at night. I want to support people like Andrew Romero, who have been disappeared from this country without any identification of the people that are taking them. Yeah. And it's goon squads. And also the targeting of people who resist. This is not an American thing we do, So I'm here in hopes that there's still a government by the time my grandchildren can vote.
I'm here today because I support the people. I believe in free expression. I believe that it is up to us to tell our stories and our narratives, and that today is about telling stories and narratives of the workers, and power to the people who are in places of work and giving labor. So I'm here today to lend my voice to that, to lend my art to that. I like to tell our story wherever it is I can, so I'm happy to motivate people if that's what happens.
I'm not too caught up in politics, but what I can say is we need to do better. That's all I got to say. It's not about race, you know what I'm saying? It's not about color, it's not about your social status or your ethnic group. As the people, we need to do better, you know what I'm saying, as far as helping each other out. Because nobody is greater than the other. We all bleed the same blood, you know what I'm saying? We all gonna die and meet the creator, whoever we believe in. So it's best for us to get along and work together as the people to solve problems that everybody else is having. Because once we come up, we see the problem, but once we come up with a solution, that's when things will change.
I'm one of the organizers with Free State Coalition. We were one of the many groups doing the 99 versus 1 march as one of the 8 feeder marches where you see this mass of people behind us. With the 99 versus 1 Stop the Billionaire takeover, we just want to bring attention to the fact that the 1% perhaps does not represent the needs and wants and desires of the 99% of Americans, American workers, American people, especially as the administration gives tax cuts to billionaires at the negative impact of our school programs, healthcare programs, and all the other protections and human rights that the 99% should be able to enjoy.
There have been like 50 organizations that have been working in one way or another in different interlinked issues. And one of the things that's happened in the wake of the election of Donald Trump, the second election, is there's been an attempt to organize those organizations in a broader coalition. So I've been basically providing service where they ask me to work in the capacity to help them think through issues or to help MC events like this. I'm on it.
Working in coalitions is so important. Today in May Day, you see how powerful it can be when labor stands with community organizations, when you are making connections with your neighbors and working together to connect these issues of worker power in our classrooms for students and teachers, for power for basic funding, for basic city services, holding those who are billionaires accountable so that they don't get to just walk away. This is a time where working class folks and families need to come together. So find your local coalition. There's so many folks working hard. There's a role for everyone. And you'll see that you'll be working hand in hand with people with various different backgrounds. And so I would say just get connected local and you'll know where to start.
There are ongoing assaults against immigrant communities. ICE has been taking people off the streets. They have been revoking student visas. That, to me, is our most urgent crisis, is protecting our neighbors, our friends, many of them who might be here working legally or illegally, but also contribute their tax dollars to this country. That is the backbone of our economy, is migrant labor. Baltimore has so many immigrant communities. They contribute to this city in really productive ways. So I would say find out how to support. Contact Casa Maryland, who are constantly putting out information. If you see ICE, how do you respond? The worst thing to do is to either call the cops or to just allow them to take this person or family away.
I tell them to resist, pay attention to what's going on in your own community, and be prepared to support people that are taken.
We are the answer, right? The story, the situation, no matter what, we are the answer. There are enough of us to make a difference, to make a change, and that it always comes from one place and it expands. So if you think your work isn't important or big enough, it is, because it's what motivates the rest of the world.
Everything is scary and chaotic right now, but there's solidarity and unity and in your community. Go out and find your community, get up, speak up, march, call your representatives. That's, and if you need support doing that, join one of us.
And there's a term that political scientists use to kind of describe what we're going through in the United States. That term is democratic backsliding. Now the thing is when we think about it, as black folk, we know that democracy has never really been here, right? But even if you just think about it as a process, there are moments in which we've extended democracy, and there are moments in which democracy itself is truncated. We're in one of those moments. There is the only thing that compares with what we're dealing with now nationally is what happened in the Jim Crow South between approximately 1890 and approximately like 1965, right? So that requires a different type of labor and a different type of effort, and it requires a different type of kind of strategizing. So what I try to do is, again, in my capacity as a political scientist, in my capacity as somebody who loves black people and through black people, everybody is like, okay, what can I do to help folks think through and work on this?
The number one rule that a lot of people have that they will deny is pride. That's the number one killer in anything that anybody can do when it comes to joining with people. Pride kills. If we put our pride to the side and we pick up, you know what I'm saying, where we fit in, and we pick up like our roles as the people in our community, and we actually put our thoughts together, then we will see a change. Because one mind is not as good as two minds or as three minds. So we all put our thoughts together and we work together and we come up with a solution and we stick on that solution, we will see a change.